Okay, I will call the meeting to order and begin with the land acknowledgement. Excuse me. On Tuesday, August the 18th, 2026, we acknowledge that this sacred land on which Smiths Falls is now located has been a site of human activity for over 10,000 years and is rich in Indigenous history. This land is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. We are grateful to the Algonquin ancestors who cared for the land and water in order that we might meet here today. We are also grateful to the Algonquin people for their contribution in the making of the Rideau Canal, which runs through Smiths Falls. We are mindful of broken covenants and the need to reconcile with all our relations. Together may we care for this land and each other, drawing on the strength of our mutual history of nation building through peace and friendship, being mindful of generations to come. Okay, first item of business is approval of the agenda, unless anyone has anything to add before we approve it. Okay. Dawn, are you moving that we adopt the agenda? Dawn moves and Class seconds. All in favor? Okay, passed. And the adoption of the minutes of the last meeting, which was on July 14th. Any questions about those minutes before we approve them?
I was just reading through here in the round table, we talked about those structures that are going to go up the new bridge.
Oh, they haven't yet.
They haven't yet, but is that where they're going to go according to those pictures you sent us?
Yeah, so, and even right now, I'm sorry, through you, Chair. Even right now, you can go and take a look just before you get onto the bridge on this side. There's a fenced off area with 4 cement round circles with sonotube, where the sonotubes will go. That's where they'll go.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 1 or 2 that are going?
2.
1 on
Two.
each side?
Side by side.
Side by side.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Okay. Would someone move then that we adopt the minutes? Jonathan moves, and the seconder, Class, all in favor of adopting the minutes? Okay, thank you. Passed. Disclosure of monetary interest, anyone? No. All right. Priority issues. The first one is a heritage alteration permit application for the Heritage House Museum, which you have in your package. They are proposing to replace the siding and the wood frames and sills around the windows because it's old and some of it's rotting. They are going to replace with light materials, color, and design. So it's going to be just the same, I assume, except not rotting.
Right.
So, Jonathan.
In doing some research on this application, there does seem to be some overlap, and I think we've already approved all of this siding. The windows weren't included though. So in the 2025-05 Heritage application permit, they asked to do siding replacement, fascia replacement, balconies and railings, painting, priming, and it's a little bit more in depth than this one. It uses one of these pictures as an example for the siding to be fixed. That one, right? I don't know if that was an error, and because I know that last work seemed to be just onto the red part of the museum.
Yes.
Where the railings are. But in this thing, we've already approved siding. Yeah, so they're a little bit different that way. So we may have already said yes to this.
I wonder if we said yes to the windows, though, to
Windows
the frames.
Don't think we said yes to the
No windows or frames are inside of that original one.
Okay, so
If the siding is a duplicate, sorry about that. This complete package will be for siding, windows, the furnaces, and the condensers.
yeah.
Right. But the railings, that was a separate discussion we had though.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all in.
Okay.
They're not painted yet. They do look the exact same.
Right. No, I
As that
lie there. They look
Yeah.
the same.
It should be a little taller.
Yeah, I'm just in terms of they didn't do like they were talking about cross hatching and like
Oh, I see.
designs and squares and all kinds of extra stuff.
No, they
But
won't.
it's the same. It's the same.
There.
So, yep. Other than siding.
I got no problem with the siding.
No, I'm glad that they're not changing the color too. I mean, we
That's
don't
right.
usually
Yeah.
comment on the color, but it's going to be the same.
It's gonna be the same.
And I guess the other thing is we have an air conditioner on the side right now, but the furnace condensers need to be perhaps in that from the railway view, I suppose.
They'll
It'll be in the
railway
left corner.
side. Yes, yes. Chris, we're just going over the heritage alteration permit application.
Thank you.
Any other comments about that? Questions, concerns? Chris?
Sorry for being late, so maybe it's already been discussed, but when they replace the railings and different things, the stuff that's been replaced hasn't been painted. Is it going to be painted as part of this?
It's not included.
You mean the railings on the balcony?
Yeah, just to match the red on that section.
That was a part of the 2025-05 request. So they're going to have to. It says painting, priming of new and existing woodwork with heritage appropriate colors and finishes. So should be happening.
Cool. Sorry, that's my
Like for like. It's all supposed to be like for like. So on this application, it pertains to the siding of the main building or the yellow building. Replacing it like for like materials, color, design, etc. Look exactly as Dorothy said earlier, look exactly like it does now, just newer. And then the 2 condenser units will be additions at the back.
I think luckily this one hasn't had the same issues that the town hall had where we put the condenser right in front of the.
Well, that's what the current thing is putting it at the back in this corner, which is kind of covered up by some of the forest as you're coming through the railroad tracks. There is an air conditioner on the other side already, which I don't know if it's nice to group them or not, but there may be some other mechanical reason for placing it there. It will take away from that facade for sure.
Well, yes, it will.
Being
because
the
it's-
mirror on both sides.
That's right, but
And-
it has to go somewhere.
It does need to go somewhere, so I wonder if it can go by the air conditioner, if there's a requirement to put it.
Yeah, the side
To
would
put it
be
right there.
And then
I wonder if they can put it back farther though.
Marie, do you know if they've asked if that question's been explored?
No.
In like the chats that Carl has with the people?
Sorry?
In like the pre-meeting chats and stuff like that? When you guys are talking about the application form and such?
Okay, I see what you mean. There's one at the side already.
Yeah, there is one there
Yeah.
already.
And that's the back side though? Like,
That's the side that does not face the curling rink.
and it's at the back of the side as opposed to, yeah.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
as
side.
opposed to the front of the side, I guess.
It's on the back corner.
I wonder if
Well, I guess there's the front is the back and the back's the front, but yeah. it's on the-
I don't know. Is it common to
They
put
couldn't move it.
vegetative screening in front of them like that?
Well, if they moved it
That
back,
help at all? Can you do that?
if they moved it back, they could put vegetation that's not here.
This you can barely see this wall from the road or anywhere. You've got to be like walking around. But
Mm.
the only thing with where they're presently proposing to put the condensers is that they would be in view. But I mean, there's a well right there too. So I mean, we are in 2026.
I mean,
Mm,
If they moved the condenser.
yeah, and we assume they have to go outside the building.
Yes.
So we shall presume they've made the best efforts so far. Then
I think so.
Yeah. I do.
Everybody
even
okay?
if they were just on the, like, if, you know how the red's kind of set back from the yellow?
Mhm.
Like if they were just like at the 90 degrees to the facade, then you'd get the profile of the end of it instead of the whole thing. So I don't know, maybe something we can suggest, but I don't know. Only because of we talk so much about the symmetry on both sides of this one. Usually it wouldn't be something we'd talk about, right?
The only thing I think they put it in a location outside there, which I have no problem with, the plumbing and the piping might be a real difficulty inside.
Yeah, I'm just saying like they've got it in that corner instead of putting it at this angle of the corner, put it at that angle of the corner.
Yeah.
If it's coming out there, but I feel like when this goes to council, they're going to be like, why aren't they putting in a heat pump? I can see someone asking that question instead of a
Let's
furnace.
not go there with the heat.
That's outside of our
Mhm.
Yeah, we're talking big bucks here.
scope.
Well, it is. I suppose it is the town making that decision after all, isn't it? Being that they take care of this thing.
Yeah, I don't remember if this is in the budget or not for this year.
The Heritage project.
Yeah,
Oh, the town.
the funding for this project.
Yeah.
I just don't remember it. It's been so long since we talked about the capital projects.
Marie?
Staff did indicate that they're hoping to do that this year.
If we go lame duck on Friday, and it's not in the budget, then
Oh, really? That's on
Yes.
yeah, Friday's the day.
That is the deadline, yeah.
for registering?
Friday's the deadline for anyone to put their name in for the elections.
My wife hasn't given me permission.
3 days.
Okay, anything else about this, or should we just make the motion?
Are we all okay with that? Like if they can put it on its side?
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
could put it around,
Kind of camouflages.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, just not as
if
obvious.
possible,
Yeah.
yeah.
If
When I
possible,
say, yeah,
yes.
possible, because the plumbing and piping and electrical work might not be possible.
Right,
So it's not a condition, it's a request?
it's a request. It's a request, yeah.
Otherwise, we'll live with where it is.
So we're going with option one, that the Municipal Heritage Committee recommend to council that they approve the heritage alteration permit application for Heritage House Museum to replace the siding and the window frames and sills on the main building with like-for-like materials, color, and design, and that council approve the installation of 2 new furnaces with 2 additional condensers. And then the rest of the sentences being placed at the back of the building. With 2 additional condensers, maybe we can say, if possible.
Or placed as discreetly as possible.
Right, good, that's good.
Being placed at the back
placed-
of the building as discreetly as possible.
Yes. Because it's,
Definitely want a good reason if it can't be, because it's still the same corner. It's just
yeah, that's right. And it's still the back of the building, but if it's around that corner, it's more discreet.
Yeah.
Okay, so will someone make that motion then? Dawn makes the motion, Class seconds it. Any further discussion before we vote? Okay, all in favor? All right, motion passed.
Sorry, can I see a show of hands again? Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, the next item is the HCD update. I guess that's you, Marie?
So we have an HCD now in effect. The appeal was withdrawn as of July 31st. So the full HCD is now in effect.
Excellent,
Done.
good. And there's a bylaw, one would assume, and
Yeah, the bylaw is done and came for most, with the exception of that one property, it came into effect July 2nd.
Mhm.
And now that one property came into effect on July 31st. So
okay.
we're going.
And speaking of bylaws, the next item is the draft bylaw information for the 9 properties that we are hoping will be designated. Now, you received them by email, each one by email from Marie,
Mhm.
but there aren't printed copies in the package. So as we go through them, if anyone wants to make any comments or suggestions, now's the time. Before we do that, Marie, could you just go over the dates that you told me on the phone about?
yeah,
You
sure.
know, the timeline?
So timelines we're looking at, I'm hoping to get all comments back to the consultant tomorrow. They'll turn them around back to staff and then delivery commences August 26th to the property owners.
Okay.
The ad would go in the paper September 2nd, so that's when the 30-day appeal starts.
What paper?
Record Journal, Hometown News, I think, and Facebook.
Okay, so the first one is 30 Chambers. We do have a bit of an issue with that one. We are working with the property owners who have some concerns about designation. We're hoping that we'll be able to come to an agreement with them, but we haven't finished talking to them yet. So there may be a change to the heritage attributes. Marie or Carl contacted Christian at Stantec, and he suggested a slightly different wording for the heritage attributes. Well, we haven't finished discussing with the property owners yet on this one. But my concern about this one is that they have not talked about the associative value of this property. We're not sure why, but we understood, generally speaking, that it was associated with Frost and Wood, that it was a shop where they sold stoves. And farmers came and exchanged goods for stoves that had been produced at Frost and Wood. And that's not mentioned in the statement of cultural heritage value or interest. So I wonder, maybe we can go back to Stantec on that one. Marie?
Yes, I will. I do know that we were having difficulty outside of the Lockwood book finding evidence for that.
Mhm.
There's no photos. I couldn't find anything written. So
The only thing that I noticed when I looked at it was there's that one window when you're standing on the street looking to the left, it appears it was a big enough window for stuff to go in.
Mhm.
Big parcels, big pieces and so forth. It just seems strange why that particular window was there.
agreed. But again, I'm just reiterating
Mhm.
what the discussions with Stantec is that they're having a hard time finding evidence for that.
Right, and obviously they couldn't find evidence for our belief that it was attached to the
Yes.
to the
We did
Buildings.
find reference to it in the Lockwood book,
Yeah.
but that's the only one, and it's
Right.
in the note under the photo, and that's the only spot so
That's right.
far.
yeah.
We can try doing some more digging, but the big thing with when you put these letters together, I mean, they become the basis of the bylaw, and you want them to be defensible.
Right. So does anyone else have any comments about this statement for 30 Chambers?
No.
I don't have the statement, eh? We don't have copies of it?
Well, you do in your email, but
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't print hard copies.
When would that, was that from before the
That would-
vacation there?
Would have been the, let's see.
I'll just tell you, it's from the date, July 28th.
Thanks.
If at any time committee members want printed copies of anything, just shoot me an email and I'll make them available for you at the front to pick up.
July 28th?
Yes. So the email is titled Notice of Intention to Designate Letters.
Got it.
Draft bylaw, okay?
Thank you.
And then the next one is 21 Market Street, which is we usually refer to as the Armory. And in that one, they do mention associated value with Frost and Wood, but they must have come up with evidence outside of Lockwood's book.
We're good there?
Chris?
The only thing with that one, I was wondering, it's got that ramp on the inside that is kind of relevant to the building. Is that something
That's true.
we wanted to consider or that they'd have a problem with? Or
They don't mention it as a heritage attribute.
The original information I sent in to them didn't include that information, but we can certainly ask about it. And that was when it was a car dealership, right?
Correct. Would that have been put in there probably in the 40s, or is there any information about that?
Well, it was built in 1931. It was leased to the Clark and Lewis Ford dealership briefly, it says,
So they would have put the ramp in.
before the Second World War.
was it not part of when it was a Frost and Wood building?
But it was considered the armories though for training purposes.
Yeah, but that didn't happen until it was sold in 1950 to the Crown. And after 1950, it became the Armory.
Ah, okay.
Constructed to support manufacturing efforts. So originally, it must have been in there originally, I guess.
That was my assumption. If we don't, do we have information that suggests it wasn't?
No,
I don't know, I can dig. Or rather, Heritage House Museum staff will help me dig. And they've been awesome to work with, by the way. So I'll make a note that we want to explore the ramp being listed as an attribute.
well, it is a unique
It is.
feature,
It is.
I can't see anybody, like why would you change?
even though it's interior, so
It is neat.
yeah.
I ran up and down that ramp many times because my dad was the caretaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
During which, like when it was an armory or when it
Yeah,
was?
when
Okay.
it was the armory. Yeah.
The armory, oh cool.
okay, for that one then. The next one is 65 Chambers. One of the Frost houses. Constructed in 1905 for Edwin J. Frost. And the heritage attributes are quite detailed. Chris, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got red brick chimney, but I think it's got multiple chimneys, right?
Sorry?
Does that? How many chimneys does that one have?
Oh, it's got quite a few.
I don't know.
I would.
It's,
I would say at
it's
least
singular right now, but I think it should be plural.
It should be plural?
I think
Brick
so,
chimneys.
but
Right, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
going
at
off memory,
least-
so don't.
there's at least 4
Let me
chambers.
see if I can bring it up on Google.
100%.
You see that on there now?
No, you can't get all the way around the house. So. There's only one from the street view
But I
on
don't
this
think-
side, but that could be.
Oh, are you looking, John?
Yeah, you have to go over onto the Healy's side to look at the back of the house. The front of the house has only got one on the left.
What is
The other side
barge
would have-
board?
Huh?
Does anyone know what barge board is?
Barge.
Archboard.
Barge board appears in a lot of these attributes, but I don't really know. It's got
Span tech
decorative
one.
wood barge board in the gable peaks.
Must mean the cedar shakes.
No, I don't think it does. No, it says fish scaling and decorative wood barge board.
Isn't that where it's the cross, like the board's crossed, looks like a waffle? Isn't that
Oh, and
on the peaks, in the peaks and stuff?
Mhm.
sills or the eaves.
Heritage. See if, I'm just trying to see if I can pull up some pictures.
It's like we call it gingerbread, I guess. Another.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
The trim attached to the sloping gable of the roof. So this part.
Yeah.
There is a chimney on the back.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Is it red brick?
Yeah, it's red brick.
Back, yeah.
Back to.
I'll just bring it around.
Oh, yeah.
That's one, this is the side where the driveway is.
Mhm.
So that would be it. That's red brick, okay?
Just set it here between.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
That looks similar to the one at the front, goes all the way down.
Yeah,
So we'll make
Okay.
chimneys clear up.
Chimneys.
There's the driveway down the
Cool.
side in that one. I don't think there's any more.
Where it works, we don't need to.
Yeah. Well,
So we okay for that one?
So this one's got significant woodwork inside that has been damaged as the house has been cut up. Like it's exceptional, and I don't know that as a, the kind of the way the property is being managed now with a lot of units being crammed in there. Is that something that if a building permit came through, like usually there's ways to do your walls and do your stuff that you don't damage it? Because I'm thinking, in a miracle world, if somebody like next door came along and bought the place and wanted to turn it back into a home, could we limit some of the damage to that woodwork as it occurs? I don't know. It's got such exceptional woodwork in the stairwell and the main floor of that house.
Do you go inside?
I have photos of it all.
Does our mandate go inside of these heritage registers on the interiors?
You can
Yeah, but-
designate interior. I mean, we've just talked about the ramp in the
Sure.
in the armory.
Yeah.
You can,
But the
but
one
it's,
Chris, the one you're talking about is not the one that I know that's owned by these private people. There's two of them, right?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
this
So
is-
the one
this
we're
is the
talking,
multi-residential
This is the
one.
multi-residential
Yeah.
one.
The,
Yeah,
mid-
you're
the
right.
one that's in between. the two.
I have been in it, okay. They want to get rid of the pool table. I said, I can't take that in. But you're right, it's been kind of hacked up,
Yeah,
yeah.
unfortunately. There's how many apartments in that? Don, you know?
Too many?
Too many. Oh, I know,
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's at least 4 anyway, and it's a shame. But nothing we can do about that.
I don't know. I mean, the consultants who wrote this would not have gone inside.
No.
They're going off base information that we had on file for exterior only that I sent to them.
Mm-hmm.
Could we
Listen.
send them the interior and see?
Sorry?
Could we send them, if you've got pictures of the interior, maybe they've got a recommendation of stay away from it, or no, it's a good idea. Or,
Okay.
like not, I don't think this is something that's a normal, but I think this is a really exceptional one. Yeah, there's only a couple houses in town that have that level of craftsmanship
yeah.
on the inside that are also at such a high risk of being destroyed.
So what are we listing? What are we requesting be listed?
The interior.
All interior
Well-
woodwork, original woodwork?
Yeah, because the staircase and the banister.
I don't know because I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're out of this world, the staircase and the banisters, the woodwork.
So maybe we could just say we get an opinion from Stantec on
Yeah.
the interior.
Sorry?
Could we get an opinion from Stantec? They're the ones writing the attributes, right?
Yes.
So
Do we have any? How do we find out that information other than just like some particular experiences around this table? Do we have authority to be looking inside of people's places and things like that? Is that how it goes? Or I guess we have a relationship with the homeowners and they're on board.
Well, in a couple of instances, we've been invited.
Yes.
In in 2 instances, one that's on the list and one that isn't, we were invited to see the inside. So yeah, I don't think you can just go in.
No.
I don't
but
think
if
so.
you have pictures, like you kept pictures,
There are extensive pictures on file.
then
Now, these pictures are from,
So that could lead to all kinds of things. Like if you have the pictures of the nice woodwork and the renovating, like with our house, the woodwork was okay. It wasn't exceptional, but Peter went to a lumber yard. We had the wide baseboards made again, and they have the
match the.
right so that it matches. So, but you know what? A lot of people don't realize that you can go and do that. They think the only thing you do is go over to Rito Lumber and buy whatever they have in stock. So that could be an education thing too, where we can say, go do this. This is
They
where
might
this
get
can.
re-invited in.
But if it's
No,
a
we
deterrent
haven't
to add
been
more
invited
units,
into that
that's-
I know.
to
Photos are from 2017, if that helps.
Well, we can ask Stantec.
That's a
Well,
good
that's
rate
good.
to go, I'd say.
Okay, the next one is 89 Chambers. And that is Elmwood. The home that was built for Senator Francis T. Frost that used to have second and third stories that have been removed.
That's a stone house, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, right. The heritage attributes are extremely detailed, including many interior components of the original 19th century residence. Now, these property owners really want their home
They're
designated.
enthusiastic about designation.
They want these interior
They
features
requested the
preserved.
interior.
So I think this is wonderful.
Yeah,
Me too.
they've done a lot of work outside too.
Yeah.
Lovely job they've done with that property. Good there?
One thing they haven't mentioned, but I did take a picture of, was that entrance at the back of the house with that original, I think it's called a pediment. I'm not. It was one of the photos that I took there,
Huh.
and they have not mentioned it. They mentioned components of the original entrance, but the one at the back is, from my recollection, intact. It's not a remnant or.
You'd have to show me on the photos, so maybe we can talk about that after.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So I'm just making a note,
okay,
check entrance at back.
right. Otherwise, it looks good. Everyone okay with that one?
Mhm.
All right. 97 Chambers, so that's the carriage house. Or groundskeeper's residence.
Next to it, right?
Well, yes, it is. Well, it used to be behind it, I suppose, but it is next to it on Chambers Street.
So it's just that building we're looking at, not the house itself?
Both,
Both.
yeah, both. It's 97, we're on 97 Chambers now, which is the carriage house. It's separate. It's a separate property.
Right.
So.
There are two structures on that property, but
Oh, yeah.
the one is,
On 97?
yeah, there's the house itself, and then there's like a garage
Carriage
separate
house.
attached. But this only speaks to the main property, to the main house on that.
Mm-hmm.
The owners are still there, have been there for a while.
I'm not sure how long this current property owner's been there, but I have met with them, and they've done a lot of landscaping and take a lot of pride in that property.
He's a tax lawyer and all that.
Sorry?
He's a tax lawyer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think the heritage attributes are pretty comprehensive.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm also glad to see that on each one they talk about overall form and massing, right, Chris?
yeah,
Yeah, very
it's burned
important.
us before.
Yes. So it's there. It's thank goodness.
What did I say? Anyway, yes. Yes, true.
Yeah. So now 78 Brockville.
Box.
I've lost my there. 78 Brockville is the Rockland House, isn't it? Yeah. And again, the attributes are detailed. Including that chimney that they had imported from Scotland. Veranda, the fence and the stone wall as well.
It's really testing my heritage vocabulary, this property.
Oh,
Yeah.
Entablatures, architraves. This one, they're considering a landmark.
yes,
Considering what?
a landmark.
They're considering this
Landmark.
property a
Well,
landmark.
it is.
It is.
It's a very prominent location.
Oh, yeah.
Chris,
You mentioned that chimneys were from Scotland.
I believe so. I read that somewhere. Yeah.
Would that be something we could include in maybe the description of the property? Like it's
Verbiage?
included as an attribute, just to have that kind of relevance that if somebody's, I can foresee at a certain point somebody wants to get rid of them, we've got a little bit more information accessible in the same place, just to show how important they are to the building.
Yeah, no, I think it should be highlighted.
I'm going by memory, but when I did research that one, I recall that they had imported the chimney pots from Glasgow, I think it
I
was,
thought
somewhere
I
in
read
Scotland, anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't.
That should be mentioned or highlighted.
Mm,
In the cultural heritage value,
Yes.
maybe, or
yeah.
description.
Sorry, I'll stop reading and start typing. Can we include this in the? Okay.
All right. Anything else for that one? Okay. And 84 Brockville, which is Captain Adam Foster's house. Interesting, that one's Gothic Revival architecture. And again, a good solid list of heritage attributes for that one.
Excuse me.
Lovely property.
Remember when Lorraine was a member of this committee, she lamented what they had done to the porch. They had just, remember that, Chris?
Yeah. We've lost a lot of good porches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that they're exposed to the elements and they deteriorate more quickly, right? But
The crazy one was
yeah.
when they cost more to do a replacement than it would have been to fix one.
Mm.
That's
Which one?
on the corner down here.
Oh.
That one was frustrating. But I find reviewing these is hard because it's like we did this with the MTBA ones, and a lot of them are wholly inadequate. So we're putting so much trust in the professionals. And
Well,
like it looks really good from what I'm reading. I can't, there's the odd thing we can think of, but
yes.
overall, it's kind of until a problem comes up, then
Yeah.
it's hard to.
But,
Don't know what's missing unless.
Yeah,
it's
but
good to know.
there's more detail this time in the attributes.
and specific, but not too specific.
Think back to the original bylaws where they never said anything about the attributes at all. So
A long way.
we've come a long way, yes.
Good with this one?
Yep, I guess so. Then the Stone Arch Bridge, that's pretty straightforward. We've been wanting to designate that for quite a long time. And the last one is 102 Brockville, the Matthew Ryan House. And it's got the biggest list of attributes of all of these. It's very detailed. And it includes the original carriage house on the property around, which is actually on the side street.
Is this the only one? Excuse me. Is this the only one where it doesn't say overall form and massing?
Is it not?
No, it's got it on
Yes,
the
it
stuff.
does.
Does it?
Overall
right at the
form and
top,
massing.
yes. Then it listed
It's
out.
a 2
yes.
and 1/2 story residence. Yeah. I do think there's quite a bit of the information on the heritage value or interest part has come from Lockwood's book.
Mhm.
So, you know, when it relates to 30 chambers,
Mhm.
yeah.
I just don't know if that means it's been verified elsewhere as well.
Well, yes, that's true. It could, yeah.
But it is
yeah.
good. It's a good
Yeah.
point, and I will check it out with them.
All right. Is that one, everyone okay with that one then? So there's a few things there then to check out with the consultants, right?
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we go ahead then with the project updates? The new designations, well, that is based on a list from the HCD study recommendation. There was a list of properties that we could consider for Part 4 designation. They're not properties of interest yet. So Marie and I met, we went over the list, we crossed out several of them. Well, 30 chambers was on the list, for example. 65 chambers was on the list. And we're already proceeding with those. 39 Russell Street, and we've decided not to pursue that designation. Some of them, looking at the list, I went around and took photos of them. And I mean, in reality, some of them were just old houses, of which we have many in town. and they weren't even in good shape. And they're just, whether or not they were associated with anybody important, I don't know how we'd even find that out.
Who recommended these ones that you're looking at now? That are just
Stantec.
Stantec.
When they
because-
did the area study, these are outside of the HCD, but in the original study area.
How far did they walk around Smith Falls?
Well, they didn't go to outside of the study area, one would assume.
Correct.
So these were not, I mean, we have much better examples than some of these.
Of residential
Of
houses.
residential,
yeah.
yeah.
That are
Chris?
Sure.
How many of them are they single family homes right now, or are they just kind of following on that precedent we've been working with?
Well, I don't know. I've started researching them. The ones that we're working on, 32 to 34 Chambers Street East, that's red brick building right next to 30 Chambers. It has a date stone at the top, and I can't tell if it's 1888 or 1889 or 1899 or 1898 because it's so high up you can't see. But
That's a big high building.
yeah, so that's one that I've been looking into. Also, 37 to 39 Main Street East, which is a stone building. 15 Strathcona as well. Now that's not from the Stantec list, but that's the one that it was suggested that it was a pay house for the canal workers. And so
What was that last one?
15 Strathcona. So that's one.
Isn't that out of the district, though?
These all are out of them.
Yeah, they're all
they're all
outside the HCD. So that's one that I've been looking
The ones
into.
on Main Street.
Oh yeah.
The ones on Main
15
Street.
Strathcona.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah.
Must be underneath that siding. Eh?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's got siding on it.
I don't think it's so much the building, it's that's what it was.
I mean, that one exists in the tax records from 1856, and it doesn't. The tax records don't go back any earlier than 1856.
Huh.
So that's one.
But those ones on Main Street, though.
Main Street East, yeah.
Main Street East. Are they on the left-hand side, and then you turn down Mill Road? Is that where those are?
No,
Maria?
Main Street East.
The other
East.
direction.
Next to that
the
car
other way.
wash.
Oh, okay.
You know where?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going the other way.
yeah. It's a stone building.
Oh, yeah.
And the other.
Isn't that-
So 32 to 34 Chambers, 37 to 39 Main Street East, 15 Strathcona, and
66?
66 Chambers. I haven't looked into that one yet. I mean, it's a nice building, but any attributes it may have had have all been covered up by siding and new windows. So it's hard to know. That's all of them, isn't it, Marie?
Yes.
We're looking like when there's enough information, then we'll have a statement of cultural heritage value or interest and ask to have them put on the properties of interest list. But I don't think we'll rush because they can only be there for 2 years.
Yeah, and I think this is for a future
This is for
heritage
yes, it
committee,
is. Yes,
and just
it
for the
is.
sake of saying words, I think that next committee's time would be better spent engaging with houses around town that have a significance or are just old and are nice
Yeah.
to
Well,
increase
that's why-
our
Yeah.
going around to these ones.
That's why the list has been pared down to only a few.
Yeah.
But 15 Strathcona is really old.
Is that the one there, Johnson?
Yeah, 15. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, you
From
wouldn't
the-
think so because it's just
No, you wouldn't. But,
someone.
from the 1840s,
Side of-
possibly.
Oh, you wouldn't think that's old.
yeah.
No.
But see, they've been covered up.
Which is sort of what we're trying to prevent from happening, but we can't really go back in time too well.
No.
No.
So that's
Chris is
the
thinking-
status. That's the status of that. Anyway.
Sure.
Yes. Sorry.
I think too, it's like you can't go back in time, but if they were like if the siding needed to be replaced, then there's an opportunity to go back to, if
Yeah.
there's brick underneath or
Mm.
whatever's underneath.
Good, probably. Well, I don't know.
So I just to say, like, just because it's been, if Stantec's got good reasons why we might want to consider it.
Sure, should look at it.
Well, but that one's not.
It's covered up,
15
doesn't mean it
Strathcona.
can't be
Yeah, and it,
brought back to
yeah,
life.
That
Or it
one's
could get
not
worse.
from Stantec. 15 Strathcona. That's from that study that
The
was
Algonquin
done
College.
by the
Algonquin.
Algonquin College.
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry.
He was that was the one where he talked to people and they said that they believed that it had been a pay house for the canal workers, but
Hard to verify.
right.
I talked about those two windows. Anyway, it was a neat story.
Yeah.
It's a very neat story.
So that's something I'll work on, but there's no rush for that. I think we've got the HCD and we've got these new proposed designations, so that's enough to keep us busy till the end of our term for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay, pedestal replacement.
So just to let you know that it closed yesterday, and we have 4 quotes that we'll be examining, and I'll let you know. We'll be able to probably make a decision next week when Carl is back, and I'll keep you posted at the next meeting. Or actually, for this one, I might just send around an email, let you know what transpired and when we hope to have the work done and which pedestals will be getting replaced.
And we've got money in the budget for that.
We do.
And we don't have much more time to spend it.
Nope.
Do we?
So
So
it'll be gone.
what do you mean?
It'll be spent
It
with
will-
pedestals.
We will spend it, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. In time.
Yes.
Okay.
It was part of the RFQ that the work be done, I think, by the end of November.
Oh, all right. Okay. Do we know which ones then are being?
No, it just closed. So when Carl gets back, we'll review the quotes, make the decision, and then
Okay.
I'll let you know when the work will be done.
All right.
And I'll do that by email.
So the old Confederation Bridge pedestal for the trusses display. Now we did have something written by the summer student at one point in time.
I can't remember if I circulated that.
Not recently.
Not recently. Okay,
Maybe you probably did, but
that's okay.
I don't know where to find it. It was very lengthy, what he had written.
It really was.
We would have to pare it down, but we can use that certainly as the basis for what we would
Okay.
want to have on that pedestal, because he spent quite a while researching that, didn't he?
Mm.
Yeah.
And you might want to consider doing that within, if we can, afford it after we get the urgent pedestals replaced, maybe consider this one. Just because the display will be going up. So once the display is up, people are going to be curious about what it is.
But we have the HCD as well, and we don't have pedestals for that yet either.
No, but it's not a physical, there's not a physical boundary around the HCD, whereas this is going to be a physical display.
Right. Right.
So the sooner we can get something in there. And it's just the topper that we have to accommodate.
Right. So if
Public Works
you
is-
send it, find what he wrote and send it to us, and then we can deal with that at the next meeting, right? Okay. So round table. Chris?
Photogrammetry for the
Yeah.
gold
Yes.
tail.
So they're digging that out, and as soon as they have it, I'll either set up a presentation to do it, and it was photogrammetry that was done.
Sweet.
So as soon as they have that available in presentation format, I will book it in. Either that, and I was thinking I'd just bring it back to one of the MHC meetings. I don't know if I'd be able to circulate it by email or not.
I had a question from the floor in a council meeting a few weeks ago about a property, and Marie was really quick to get the information to them, which was great. When I went on there, we used to have a website, and it doesn't seem to exist anymore. And do we know Did we know that it didn't exist? Like maybe I missed a meeting or missed an update,
No.
because originally I was just going to pull up the website and show it to them, but I don't think it's online, or I don't think it made the migration to the new platform.
Which one? What is?
Our website.
Our
the
World
community
Heritage
website.
Committee.
Yeah, it was it was under the smithfalls.ca, but it was like a Heritage Smith Falls, like it had its own URL.
Oh.
But it's kind of like how the police used to have their URL of like sfps.ca, but it was still under that smithfalls.ca domain.
Because on our website we have a municipal heritage page in which it talks about the committee. I do need to update it because now that the HCD is over, it's no longer a project page. I need to bring that information over, and it has some information on. Remember the slides we did for Heritage Week? Those were on it, etc. Was there something specific? It was just that entire page you were looking for?
No, so we used to have a page with designated properties and well, I forget, was it heritagesmithfalls.ca or
I don't
Smith
remember.
Falls Heritage?
I don't know.
It was just a list?
No, it was like the descriptions, the properties of interest, the
Yeah, we did. You're right. We did have that.
So there's one that's got individual property designation, listing on register, like changes to like it's like big information piece, heritage highlights, all kinds of stuff like that.
no, not our old website.
So this on the new website there is that,
Yeah.
and there's more than what the page that I'm probably looking at is.
Yeah, like there's content somewhere that's been lost or is there, but it's just not accessible.
I'll check it out.
And if it's lost, whatever. But if it's, it was handy to have that though, because then if people were asking about specific properties, you could just give them the website. And,
Yeah, the designated
Yeah, that
properties
makes sense.
should be on.
I agree.
I guess you're mostly talking about in that it's the direct way to get at that instead of typing in smithfalls.ca/businesses/building/development / I mean, is that what you're?
Well, yeah,
direct
there's two
link to
parts
our
to this.
stuff.
There was the direct URL was easier to get, but also there's
where-
content that.
and where's
is
that
there.
content?
Because
Okay.
the town's website is awful for trying to find.
Check out that link I just sent you. It's not that, right? Just to make sure, then we could look at it right away.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would the designation bylaws be sufficient? Because I think those are on there. Is that what was in those descriptions, or was it more than just the bylaw?
I think it was the description plus photos.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it
Description
was.
and photos.
Yeah, and it had that. Remember we had that logo we used to use with the windows.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And don't get me wrong, what's on the. I couldn't find this in
I had to.
5 minutes, but
You can't.
this is great too, right?
The first menu on the splash page is not always the same as as another menu on
Yeah.
another page. And I know it's a big website, and every menu is their own unique little thing, but not all the menus are the same.
Yeah, some of them are like 35 choices. And
Some of them expand, some of them don't.
choices. And then if you're on your phone, it doesn't pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to find the council reports when you're doing it on your phone.
It's a lot harder now.
It's a good point that, and I do have that on my list of things to do is to update. Some of the links are also broken and I need to put those back. This migration is an ongoing update. So yes, thank you for pointing that out and I will check it out.
And no rush. It was one of those things that came up and I was like, I don't.
There.
Dawn, do you have anything?
Well, I'm wondering if at some point in time we should bring in an insurance agent to speak about all this information about how if you have a heritage house and your insurance goes up, you know what? Rumors can spread real quick. So I think we need definite clarification.
Chris?
And I think there's some companies that are not equipped to handle these properties, but I
Thank
think
you.
there's a lot of other companies that are. And it's if we could get a list of these are the more heritage friendly designated property companies to go with, because there's definitely a lot of pushback. well, I shouldn't say it like that. I think that's, if there's going to be one thing that derails future progress from the committee, I think this is the biggest red flag right now. But I also think it's a really easy one to, if we can be proactive about it, get ahead of it, and help people keep it affordable for them.
Okay, good idea. A presentation then, which then is on the record. Yeah, that we can refer to.
Thank you.
Yes?
Yeah, I have two items actually. And this is a crazy one for Chris and Don. And luckily I get to sit where I see the water tower every meeting. I have maybe a ridiculous suggestion to take the water tower down, take the tank and put it on some legs on a cement pad so you can still see the tank, still take pictures of the tank with family as a heritage thing.
Oh.
Don't destroy the whole thing.
I would say at that point it'd probably be cheaper just to leave it up and paint it, right? The problem is that there was a study that went to council that said it's going to cost $5,000 to $30,000 to figure out if there's any structural issues with it or if there's any major cost to keeping it up. And the staff recommendation was to take that study, and it was a 5-2 voted down the staff recommendation. So my hope for it now is that if it goes into a lame duck situation, then maybe it buys it into the next council. But it was extremely disappointing because at the previous meeting it was discussed, the $5,000 to $30,000 investigation was, staff was given the direction to look more into it and get the quotes. And then staff came back with the recommendation to do it, and we never did it. So now there's a tender out for how much it's going to cost to take it down. And then they did the exceptional move of doing a pre-budget approval for it, because usually if something's out of budget, we wait until the tenders close and then we come back and say, hey, this is the amount, this is the lowest bid, we need to approve an out of budget approval for this amount. But for some reason with this one, we didn't follow that because they're afraid of it going into lame duck. So they're doing everything they can to get this down, or we're doing everything we can to get this down as a member of council. And it doesn't make sense to me. And there's this number that it was going to cost $12.4 million to keep it up floating around, which CBC latched onto that number when they did the report last week. And it's just, that number's got no basis, because we never did any analysis that we've done up until this point has been keeping it as a water tower. And to keep it up as a structure is a completely different objective than keeping it up as a water tower. There's, what is it, 800 metric tons of water that's not there anymore. So
well, it is empty, right?
Yeah. So it doesn't have the weight in it. It doesn't need to be keeping water inside of it anymore. It was going to cost $5,000 to $30,000 to figure out how to keep it up just as a structure, and what would the maintenance look like over 10, 15, 25 years. And we voted it down at council. So it's just extremely frustrating, because it's the only contributing heritage structure that we haven't gotten an engineering opinion on before going forward with the demolition. But the demolition permit still hasn't been issued, and there's a process out of the HCD that still needs to happen. So even though it's moving this way.
Do you want to?
Yeah, so just further to that, the town does have to follow the process and fill out a heritage application permit, or a heritage alteration permit application for demolition, under which we require a heritage assessment, so an HIA. So we'll be in the process of getting that quite shortly.
Do they have to apply for a permit just to take the tank down and set it?
Yes,
outside?
I would. Yeah.
Demolition would include the whole thing, so the permit would have to be that whole thing. But for the heritage alteration demolition permit, it needs to be accompanied by a heritage impact assessment. So we'll be getting a quote for that right shortly, and that will have to accompany the application. The town has to do that; it's part of the process.
I just think that it's a shame that we figure some way of saving it to some point.
Yeah, I agree.
You and I've talked about this before, Chris. I mean, and I've talked to the public, and everyone I've talked to has agreed, save it somehow.
And I think you could save it for less than the $400,000.
I think you could too. I think so too. So, okay. The other thing I have, and this goes way down the road to our that conference that we have.
Symposium.
Symposium. Thanks for the word. That's gone. we've talked a lot about, and I know there's a lot of information about Frost and Woods out there. Books wrote about it, stories and stories and stories. I was given some information last week that there's a woman who is of 94 years of age living at Easton's Corners that was an office worker, bookkeeper for Frost and Woods when it was up and going, full tilt. I'm wondering if it would be worthwhile if she'd be willing to come to the symposium and tell her story, what life was like as a worker in the office at Frost and Woods.
It won't be there this fall.
So,
And she's 94.
I know, but she's still good health, excellent health. So maybe there'll be one next fall.
The one after.
My husband's mother lived to be 106,
Yeah.
and just as sharp as a tack. So, you know, like just because she's 94
No, this
could
person
be.
just told me this. Just and you know the person, Ron Stronsky's great aunt.
Okay.
Was a bookkeeper at Frost and Woods. So I thought for future symposium or future whatever, if she'd be willing to tell the stories of what it was like working at Frost and Woods. Now I know in that one book there was stories about people who had worked there and so forth and so on and so on. But this is just one other personage. So anyway, it's just a crazy thought. Maybe someday if we do get back to our symposium and she's still alive in good health,
Yeah.
it might be something that just
Or you know, the other thing you could think about, okay, is you could do an interview with her.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
taped, and then if you have a symposium a few years from now,
Yeah,
you have
right.
that to present if she's not still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I think.
because like at the conference that I was at 2 years ago, there was indication of picking something that's unique in your town and play it out, have actors and that, and make a little skit about it or some little, you know, because I mean, there's all kinds of unique stories about this town, things that happen in this town, things that happen outside of this town and so forth, that people would be interested in hearing.
Mm.
You know,
But
so,
interviewing her is a good idea.
yeah.
Because, you know, it's over a year away. You don't know.
Nope.
You just don't know.
But I mean, we need to think about trying to promote things that have happened in the town to pass on to the public of interest and so forth. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's saying all the time, what goes on in Smith Falls? Well, nothing.
We always need to educate the
Oh,
public.
stay tuned. Oh, stay tuned.
You know, like I relate to like Miracle and Westport. Hordes of people go there. For what?
Chris?
And maybe it's something that the Heritage House is doing, like, because they do stuff like this too, right? So, like, maybe they're doing something with Frost and Woods, and we could connect them and get it.
Get them.
You know, if we're not doing a symposium, maybe they're doing something quicker, and
Yeah.
there's an option there too. Like they did that book signing on Frost and Woods a few years ago.
You know, and like, well, the one of the meetings I brought the picture of that horse. Nobody knew there was a horse stable out by the sewage plant on that corner there. And a very famous horse was there too. I framed the picture and gave it to Ron.
Yeah.
Said, here,
you showed us
yours
that.
to keep.
Yeah.
And that's my story.
Jonathan?
Nothing for me.
Marie, anything other than? No? Okay, thank you very much, everybody. The next meeting, Tuesday, September the 15th. That's not the second Tuesday.
Was it next month that had to be changed because of a conflict?
Maybe. I thought that was October, but
Well, it could have been both.
No, I think it's because Labor Day is late this year, so that if there's a council meeting, it'll be the
Oh, thank you. I knew there was a reason.
8th.
There was conflict.
okay.
Because
All right.
1st of September is a Tuesday, so it just delayed a month.
All right.
for us, yeah.
So it's the third Tuesday actually then. Tuesday, September 15th, next meeting. Would someone move that we adjourn, please? Class, and a seconder? Chris, all in favor? Okay, thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you. I'll just let
Yeah.
Tech know.
So what Chris has done, he's had a full slate for election or?